here once again to try and promote this YouTube channel. I'm really not on here that much, at least not live, because I've been busy dealing with life in general. You know what I mean? I know we all can relate to that, in some way, shape, or form. My goal is still to end June with 1,000 subscribers, and like I said, once I reach 1,000 subscribers, one of y'all lucky subscribers is gonna win a $50 Visa gift card. So that'll be exciting. So yes, and I mean, even if you don't like this channel, maybe you have friends and family who do. So share this channel, share it on your Facebook page, on your Instagram, all of that. I would greatly appreciate it. And like I said, it's free to subscribe, doesn't cost you anything, and it helps me out a bunch. I'm not on here to make money. I'm just on here to spread the word. Not only that there's hope after addiction, there's also hope after having lived a really bad life and having dealt with abuse and dealt with unforgiveness and grudges and resentments. One of these days, I can't wait to come on here and tell you all that I have forgiven everybody, including myself, for all the things that were done to me and by me. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a tough one, like I said, and I'm very open about my struggles because I'm not going to sit here and suffer in silence and pretend everything is okay and then end up exploding later and relapsing, going back on the streets and on meth again. I just can't do that. Yeah, we live in a very, very fallen, very dangerous world. And even people who, like, 5, 10 years ago were, having no problems using whatever drugs it was they felt like using, these days, there are no real drugs out there. It's all fentanyl, clearly, and people are dropping dead. So that's no laughing matter. That's no joke. We live in a very bad, very dangerous world. And that being said, let me give a shout out to some of my favorite YouTubers. I have a bunch of different channels that I really love, and one of them I'm watching right now. Let's see. He takes a bunch of vacations and trips so I don't have to. He's RVer TV, and right now I'm watching his epic 3-day Pacific Coast road trip, Oregon's lighthouses. So he's going up and down the coast and visiting the lighthouses, which it was really pretty freaking cool when my friends and I went, down the Oregon coast last year and actually got to actually see a lighthouse up close. And I think that's Yaquina. It's a little white lighthouse, and it's on the cliff. And I know we were walking around. It's really windy up there for one, but we were walking around and headed back to the car, and you could look down the cliff and see these animals on the rocks below. I'm pretty sure those are sea lions or harbor seals or whatever, but they were just sitting there chilling and doing their thing, which I thought was really freaking cool. Yeah, and I had this whole trip, it was planned in my head that that me and my daughter and her grandma, we were going to go down to San Diego this year. It was just one of those dreams, or I was, wishful thinking, and it's not going to happen this year. Who knows? Maybe next year, maybe the year after. Who knows? I don't know. But our plan is to still go to Glacier National Park, because I'm pretty sure her grandma's never been there, so I think she'd really enjoy that. And then I also wanted to take them both down to Zoo Boise, which is a 6-hour, I believe it's a 6-hour drive from here in Coeur d'Alene, going south. Yeah, so it's like 450 miles away or something like that. And some people ask me, well, hey, Deborah, you're from Tacoma, why don't you go to Point Defiance Zoo, or Woodland Park Zoo? It's not that far. I know it's 250, 280 miles away. But the thing about it is I'm from Tacoma. I took my kid, my grown kids, they're grown now, but when they were in elementary school, I took them to both zoos. I took them to Point Defiance once. I think, yeah, I know it was at least once, and then I took them to Woodland Park Zoo twice. Now, the one thing I did regret about that is I never had a chance to take them to Northwest Trek. I've never been. But now with Morgan, I would like to, take her someplace that neither of us have been to, and I've heard that Zoo Boise is a really good zoo. So I think that'd be really cool. You know what I mean? We'll just, get a motel, because there's no way we're going to drive 6 hours and then go to the zoo and then drive 6 hours back. Come on now. So yeah, it would be what would we be doing? I feel like we would go down to Boise, stay there for a night or two, do the whole zoo thing, and then come back up go to Glacier National Park and then go home. You know what I mean? And I've only been to Glacier once, and that was back in 2022 with my two really good friends, or twin sisters. And my daughter. So we all went there and we stayed at this little glamping place called Under Canvas. It's near West Glacier. It's for people who want to go camping, but they don't want all the crap that's associated with camping, like sleeping on the ground and all that stuff. It's a very cool glamping site. They have beds and they even have a place for you to charge your phone. And I thought it was really pretty freaking cool. And because it's, in Montana, they actually have a electrified fence that encompasses the perimeter of the site, which I thought was pretty cool, because last thing you need when you're on vacation is a grizzly bear tearing open your tent and pulling you out of it. And as far as I know, and I don't know this for a fact, but what I've heard from several different people is that there are at least 300 grizzly bears in Glacier at any given time. And honestly, though, we kind of got gypped with that trip, though, because we did not get to do the whole going to the Sun Road experience. Just like maybe 5, maybe 10 miles of it was open, but the rest was closed because there was still a lot of ice and snow. And that's the thing, is we went at the end of June, which we thought, it'd be cool. We'd be able to go through, but there was still a lot of ice and snow because, we're at a higher elevation and in Montana, obviously. So that was kind of a bummer, but everything else was just absolutely beautiful. Like the east side, East Glacier, St. Mary Lake is probably, I can't say probably, it is the most beautiful, beautiful lake and beautiful area that I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm from Tacoma, Washington, where my, the skyline I'm used to is Mount Rainier. And it's funny, too, because I never had a desire to ever go to Mount Rainier National Park, and I never did, because, for years and years and years, all I saw is Mount Rainier, and it's like, who cares? I could go there anytime if I'd wanted to, but I didn't. It seemed boring to me, and I still don't want to go, you know what I mean? But, yeah, Glacier National Park, absolutely beautiful. And the interesting thing, too, when it comes to, obviously you have to pay to get inside, but if you're going to try to enter on the west side and you want to going to the Sun Road, so not only do you have to pay the entry fee, but you also have to have a reservation to even go on that road, because there's been so many people that were going there, especially during COVID. People were going out and doing all kinds of things, and there was simply too many visitors, too much traffic, too much trouble. However, if you're willing to drive all the way around to the other side, to East Glacier, all you have to do is pay the entry fee. You do not need a reservation to go onto going to the Sun Road. So you can go to the east side and you can take that road, which is I guess it's between 50 and 70 miles long. You can take it from East Glacier, all the way through, and you can exit out at West Glacier. And God willing, that's what we'll do, in July. So we'll see. That'd be great. And I really wanted to do this for Morgan's grandma, because she's never been on vacation at all, in her life. And I'm like, dang, I thought I lived a sheltered life. You know what I mean? So I think she would really love that. I mean, there's all kinds of things to do and look at, even aside from going to the park. I mean, you have the National Bison Range. You have Hungry Horse Reservoir in Hungry Horse, Montana. It's a funny story of how it got that name, but it is really beautiful. The reservoir, looking at the dam, when you're looking down, it's like a 500-foot drop, which, it is really cool to look at, but, I'm getting kind of cowardly in my old age, because now all of a sudden heights really bother me. So I'm like, we're behind a fence. There's no way we're going to fall over, right? But just looking down, it's like, oh my, look at that. I'm gonna back up. That makes me a little bit nervous. You know what I mean? But still, it's beautiful. Got a bunch of really awesome pictures from that. Okay, well, I am going to go. I'm doing laundry and various other chores, as well as watching this RV or TV channel. And like I said, he has this video. It's an epic 3-day Pacific Coast road trip, Oregon's lighthouses. So I'm going to go do that. I'll let you all go. And like I said, please subscribe to this channel. It's absolutely free to subscribe. My goal is to end June with 1,000 subscribers. And like I said, I'm not here on this channel to make money. I'm just here to do what I do. I think it's pretty freaking fun to be able to talk to you all about, how things are going in life, do reviews on, movies and books and other things, share bits and pieces of my life story, and also let you all know that it's not cool when people are bullying other people. And like I said, when a person is disrespectful and cruel and is bullying you and treating you like dirt, as far as I'm concerned, they lose their right to anonymity. Why would you hide, try to protect someone who is nothing but vicious and malicious and horrible to another human being? Now, if people just leave each other alone, mind their own freaking business, and treat everybody the way they want to be treated, we wouldn't have a problem. But like I said, we got a lot of people in this world, all they strive on is to make this world worse, as if it's not bad enough. I meant thrive, not strive. My bad. But yeah, people, there's a lot of just horrible people out there, and yeah, they just don't want anybody to be happy. They want everybody to be miserable. And it's like, wow, for as small as this flipping world is, it's really big too. It's big enough for everybody to leave each other alone. But, evidently that's too easy. People want to see you miserable. They want to kick you when you're down. I mean, even like me, here I'm dealing with, some stuff. It's not the end of the world stuff, but it's some stuff that's been bothering me for the last week and a half. And I have people, saying stupid stuff to me that's pissing me off more. But then again, also on the flip side, I have to learn to not let people get to me, because people have gotten me. They already know they've gotten to me. So as far as I'm concerned, they win. They already set out to accomplish what they accomplished. So, my rebuttal is, telling y'all what it was that they did to me. Like, for real, I'm being dead serious. It's part of my life. It's my life story, and I can tell it however I please. As far as I know, the United States is a free country, and, we have free speech, which, lies, all lies. All right, anyways, well, I'll talk to y'all another time. Have a wonderful day. Please subscribe. If you don't want to, then please refer your friends to me so they can subscribe. Thank you. God bless you all. Bye.